Hi guys, Heather here, your virtual mindset and habit change coach for health and weight loss success. And I am here today to talk to you about emotional eating. And I don't know about you, but I used to correlate emotional eating with that movie portrayal of like a broken heart girl eating her emotions back with like a pint of Ben and Jerry's and maybe like a glass or two or three of wine. In fact, in my mind, I always see a specific scene from Bridget Jones's Diary when I conjure up images of emotional eating. But it's way, way more than that. A lot of us eat when we're sad, but some of us eat when we're angry, when we're stressed, when we're bored, or even when we're happy and celebrating. Am I right? Food is everywhere in our lives, and thank goodness for that. It would suck to not have access to food, so I'm dropping a gratitude right there. But as a human being, we are really hardwired to eat. It's just pure survival instinct. And sometimes in our lives, we create this hard wiring, or you could even think of it like hard coding, like a computer program, for instances that trigger our cravings to eat something to make us feel good. And these habit loops that we created over time and repetition have effectively hard-coded shortcuts that our brain takes that has us like almost immediately and unconsciously reaching for our favorite comfort food or drink when our triggers are flipped. Hashtag triggered. But don't despair. We can rewire those hard-coded reflex reactions to our emotional states. And it starts with learning how to recognize what's going on. First, through reflection. So go back to a time, probably pretty recently, that you found yourself unconsciously eating or drinking something that wasn't completely in line with your goals. And afterwards, you had that post-binge remorse, like, why did I eat that? I didn't really need it. For me, I used to have after work rituals like happy hour, where I'd eat and drink things that didn't align with my goals of living a healthier life. It was the trifecta of bliss for me after a stressful day: food, friends, and drink. But over time, I'd let happy hour go from an every so often thing to a habit I needed to unwind from the day. And it took me a while to realize what was going on. But at 3 o'clock, I'm not kidding you, on the dot, I started craving happy hour and the bliss that came with it. And when it was over, there was no bliss. And I felt terrible physically and mentally for not going home and working out or staying true to my healthy goals. And after a while, I recognized that I had created this habit loop around my work stress that was not serving me. So that's the next step. Identify your trigger and recognize it, and understand and be mindful of the fact that you're being triggered, and do it without judgment or guilt, because the next exciting step for you is thoughtfully changing that habit loop so you're not on autopilot anymore. No more post-binge remorse. Now that you're recognizing your trigger as it is happening, you need a solid plan of action to slip in place of your old habit. You need like a back pocket full of sunshine. No. You need a pocket full of alternative, healthy ways to self-soothe that you can sub in when your trigger's being flipped. So think about it. Like, grab a piece of paper and brainstorm all the things that bring you joy and what brings you peace and comfort that isn't food or drink related, okay? What we need is an alternative kind of feel-good action to replace the one we're already engaging in. So for me, I learned deep breathing exercises through my yoga that are indispensable when it comes to dealing with stress. It's also indispensable when dealing with two eye-rolling, "Mom, you're embarrassing me" teenagers in the house. You know what I mean? So I'll do like a 5-5-7 breath, where I will inhale deeply for 5 counts. I'll hold at the top for 5 counts, and then I'll exhale for 7. You would be amazed how it relaxes you after a few rounds. I also boredom eat. So I'll occupy my mind and my hands crocheting on the couch after dinner to avoid a post-dinner sweet binge. Yup. So what are some ways that you can self-soothe in a healthy way so you can start to rewire your undesirable habits? And know that this takes time and repetition. to create a new habit, but it is so worth it. I pinky promise you. Once you have your list, jot them down on like Post-its and stick them in places you're usually in when you hit those triggers to remind you of your new healthy habit. That's it for today. So have a wonderful day and may you always glow for life. Take care. See ya.